Hey there, Adam here, and today we're going to talk about the reason that people like me and potentially you are the problem as to why Bernie Sanders did not win the Democratic nominee slot. So basically, I'm part of the problem because this is something that I've done, and I know that chances are a lot of people have also done this, and that is again the reason that Bernie Sanders did not win. The reason is, me personally, I did not look so much into the election. I do feel very passionate, but I didn't do anything about that. When it came time to the most important part of the elections, I did not go out and vote. Why? Because I forgot, which I did forget. You know, it's not that I didn't, but I didn't pay attention enough and I didn't care enough to actually make sure that I went out to vote. Because if I had, and if other people like me had gone and vote, like, you know, they probably wanted to and probably intended to, then Bernie Sanders probably wouldn't have lost. I think one of the reasons why he lost is because so many people didn't think that their votes matter, which is completely false. When you say that your vote doesn't matter, it's not true. Because when so many people are saying that, that creates a mass of people, and those people need to vote. Everyone needs to vote. If you don't vote, bad things happen. People that you don't want become nominees or become elected, and you're part of that problem. I am part of that problem. I'm not just pointing fingers at anyone, I'm pointing fingers at myself, because I am part of that problem. I am part of the I feel very passionately, but I'm not going to do anything about a generation. And that's very unfortunate, and because of that, Bernie Sanders did not win. He unfortunately endorsed Hillary Clinton, which, me personally, I don't like her. Very much I don't like her. I don't like her, I don't like Trump, but out of the two of them, I'm gonna have to go with Clinton. Bernie was my number one, but I had a feeling that he wasn't going to win, so I changed. I'm going to change who I vote for in the final part of the elections. Which, see, I don't even know terminology. This is another reason that I'm part of the problem. I don't know anything about the elections. All I know very basic information. I know that I don't remember. I believe it was called the primaries. I could be wrong. But when your state has the elections, not the elections, when it has the day that you're supposed to go out and vote, it's the most important, because it basically decides who is going to be the nominees for each party. And I did not go out and vote. I don't even know who won my state. I think it might have been Trump, which is very unfortunate and very, like, what the fuck, considering Massachusetts is a fairly, like, I feel like it's a good state for people in their rights and whatnot, especially for the LGBT community. Massachusetts is one of the only states in the United States that protects transgender people from being discriminated at work. So they were one of the first states, I believe they were the first state to legalize same-sex marriage. So you'd figure that they would go more towards Bernie, but I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me. But I know that for the most part, Trump is pretty much winning, and it's very scary. And the reason why he's winning is because people like me decided to not vote because it didn't matter, and because I was too lazy, and I forgot, and all these other excuses. This is the problem. If you want something to happen, you need to make it happen. You need to make sure that it's under your priorities. You need to make sure that you focus on it. You can't just say that you want something to change, and then you do nothing about it. That's not how it works. You need to go out and do it. If you feel so strongly, then prove it. Not to anyone, but to yourself. That's the most important part. So, basically the moral of this video is that don't think that your vote doesn't matter. When the elections come in November, 4 months away, make sure you go out and vote. Make sure that you do your part. Even though this part isn't as, I mean, it's important, obviously, because it ultimately decides if we get a Republican or a Democrat as a president. Evil, slightly less evil. Those are our options. You have to make sure that you go out and vote. It's very, very, very important. Even though we should have voted before for our states when it was going to help Bernie Sanders out, we should have voted, but now we have one last shot to make sure that Trump does not become elected. I hope that you follow your own footsteps and not mine, and I hope that you go out and vote no matter what. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!